You've been successful putting up points in the first quarter. I think last week was the first time you did. As far as scripting, I mean, how many plays do you kind of script, and has it changed over the years since you've been on the court?
No, I mean, we script the first 12. That's normal bounds. Get back on track, and third down is going to be a little bit different situation. Red zone would be different. What came up with the Commanders, that would have been different. Once we got down there. So.
With Lamar's kind of command over the pre-snap this year, a bunch of guys have talked about that. They're positive about it. What have you seen even since the start of the year from him in terms of getting better at that ability and things you said in the last couple of weeks? You guys have gotten a lot of good looks.
I've said to a lot of people, I thought we did a great job in the off-season of kind of streamlining who we want to be. Second year in the system, I think he's more comfortable with the verbiage. I think we're doing a better job of presenting things to him systematically. So it's a lot of everything. He's always had the keys to what we do. It's just a matter of us doing it better as a staff, doing it better as a team, and then him feeling comfortable with whatever he's getting us into, play, a call, a protection, whatever that might be. That's just, to me, that's just an evolution of playing, being together, and a comfort level of just doing it more consistently.
Has it always been like this for you and all your stops as a coordinator, to where the quarterback has as much reign or power on the field as Lamar does right now?
You'd like it to be. You'd like the center and the quarterback, or the epicenter of everything that you do, to have freedom to center in terms of IDs and protection checks, and then the quarterback, to get us in the right play and protect himself. And I think whenever you empower people, you empower coaches. That's what a coordinator does, empower our staff. Everybody's involved in what we do, and then you empower the players and you empower the quarterback, and I think you just get more out of people. But not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants that, because then you got to own it. When you change something and it doesn't work, now, like I've said, now you're me. Now you're upset when the shit doesn't work. So you just got to be ready to do that. You have to own it. When you become involved in anything in life, and you become more involved, there's a lot more on the good and the bad of it. So, that's where we want to go. That's where I think every player wants to be, especially every quarterback.
Todd, when you were transitioning to a more like 12 personnel, 21 personnel type offense this offseason, early in the season, did you expect it to be this explosive?
Well, I don't. First off, it's still week to week. We can't carry over points and yards. I say that every week. We got to do it this week, We've even evolved during the season, I think, from the beginning of the year till now, without a preseason, to really with Derek and Lamar. Some of that's part of it. Maybe that's a little bit of an excuse, but as you get going, you're like, okay, who is it we want to be? Who do we need to be? How do we utilize our personnel? And that's ever evolving. I don't know in 3 or 4 weeks where we'll be at that point, but we do have good players. We have really good coaches that do a great job each week, with our game plans and areas. So that gives us a chance, and trying to take advantage of, without being too predictable, the skill sets that they have, because all of them have some sort of an elite skill set that you can utilize here and there, different parts of your offense.
Lamar got a lot of attention for being a lead blocker on Derek's cutback run there. But also the thing, on Bateman's 59-yard catch, he's the first guy there to actually help him up. 60 yards down the field after he threw it, he's the first guy there. How do you see that resonating? What does that mean to the rest of the team, the players, to see their star quarterback, the willingness to be like that?
He just likes to play football. He's like a big kid. He's fun to be around. It's rare that from my perspective, that he has a bad day. Sure he does. But you gotta love his personality and how much he loves to play football. Loves to compete, loves to win. And that's a great start. you know, and that's what shows up. You know, at that moment, he's not afraid of getting hurt, not afraid of pulling a hamstring. He's happy for his teammates. He's happy for us. He's happy that we're having success, and I think that's an unbelievable attribute.
In the last 3 games, there's been some snap issues between Tyler and Lamar out of shotgun, and I think they've all been kind of different this week. It seemed like a timing issue with Zay going into motion. Is there a common thread between some of those issues getting snapped to Lamar, or are you just asking Tyler or anyone else in the offense to do more to kind of deal with more issues?
You know, the ones at Cincinnati were dropped him. You know, I'm not trying to put it on him, so I don't want it to sound like that, but snap was fine. The one in the game the other day is Lamar had signaled for the motion, and unfortunately, you know, Tyler had then lifted his head to look to make a change, and then Lamar was trying to get the ball, but it really doesn't matter. We can't have it, right? You can't have the ball on the ground. I don't care who it is. It's tailback, wide-out quarterback, so, you know, it puts you in a tough spot. It really does. You know, we added to that. The anxiety at the end of the game, we added to. With the penalties, the ball on the ground, you know, a lot to clean up, you know, really. I mean, there's a lot of good, but there's a lot there to clean up that put us really in some really long third downs and got us out of red zone and just like, you know, what the heck, you know? But it is what it is. We got good players that helped us survive that and get us out of that, but that's not a recipe for success, as we all know. So it hasn't been an issue in the totality of the couple of years that I've been here, but it has been the last few games. So we obviously got to get it cleaned up.
Todd, you say you second guess plays that don't work. Is the lateral something you'd like to have back in that game, or I mean, what was it about that play? Was it just not executed properly, other than the obvious end result?
It's bad football. I mean, put him back in the game. There's no other way to put it. It can't happen. Not with me who's running it, or us doing it, or just bad football. You know, that's what gave him life. They may say differently on that side, but if we just took a knee 3 times and punted, better off than that. And so that's an obvious. You know, it can't happen. It can't be a lateral. Can't end up with the ball on the ground. And we got to get him on the ground. And yeah, we touched his knee, but for God's sakes, the guy was carrying us for 20 yards. We're tougher than that. Shit.
And so that wasn't a designed lateral? It was
No.
Hi. You work with James Winston. Do you get any time this week to talk to Zach about him, his trends, his tells, or is it just not anything there because it's a different offense for him now?
It's different. It's been 6 years, you know, since we worked with Jameis. I was there 3 years with Jameis. I love Jameis. I mean, he loves football. You got to love guys that love football, man. He loves football. Like people say they love football, and that dude loves football. He loves his teammates. He owns it. Like when we were in Tampa, never threw us under the bus to coaches. He owned it. He works awfully hard. There's a lot to love about Jameis Winston.
Coach, against the blitz specifically, had a lot of success against it. What are some of the things that you guys have done to make that happen? And does Lamar have, in any ways, more tools or more counters to deal with it than he has in the past?
All the above. I mean, I think we're doing a better job schematically, doing a better job protection. Lamar's doing a better job of understanding, you know, where to go with the ball, how to get it out. It's all of that. And he has more to his disposal. It's not usually just one thing. You know, there's a lot of factors that goes into being successful in any one play that comes up, and especially against pressure, is us consistently doing the same things over and over and over. There was one where, you know, they overloaded the back. It might have been the 2 minute where he got it out like very quickly with someone in his face. He's getting better at the anticipation of things. So there's a lot of things that the guys are doing better. And we'll be challenged again this week. That's what we've been getting every week is pressure. Different forms of it, different variations of it. But I think that's what we're going to continue.
Is the goal to be almost like you welcome teams doing that? Because obviously they're taking a risk when they do it. Might be a better question for him, but is it almost now like kind of relish an opportunity to go against a big man?
Well, I mean, gives you confidence, you know, moving forward, to be able to execute, when teams are bringing different forms of pressure. To say that I relish that, no, I'd rather everybody just play 4 down quarters and line up. That'd be a hell of a lot more fun. We could go home at 8 o'clock at night and not, you know, be up all night worrying about every single dang pressure you can see and the players you go against that are elite. You know, it's, you know, so, but that is what that makes you earn your money, is how you protect, how you handle, you know, looks and then adjusting to how you see it. Our players and our coaches have done a great job of that. Like I said, I'm just the guy that calls it. You know, the guys who want to get it executed, and the coaches are really the guys that can get it done.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you.